So we're all here for generally the same reason: getting a great career. Physical therapist, graphic designer, engineer. The list goes on and on. But have you ever considered what the chances are you'll actually land the dream job you've come here to pursue? Is there a correlation between getting a college degree and employment rates? Looking at this issue longitudinally has revealed some interesting findings. But if you want the answer short and sweet, unemployment of young graduates is extremely high today. According to a recent study on the class of 2015, the unemployment rate is currently at 7.2%, and the underemployment is at 14.9%. Though human capital plays a huge role in job obtainment, why are we seeing a drastic drop in graduates' unemployment? Sure, you've all learned about the Great Depression, but many of us were too young to remember the Great Recession, which ended in 2009. The recession has been found to be a key factor explaining lingering effects on employment rates. So, what does this mean for us? Depending on your major and the current state of the economy, these two factors will play an enormous role on whether you'll land the job you've been working towards. A recent study conducted by the Fed researchers, Census Bureau, and the Bureau of Labor Statistics revealed only about 44% of college grads were employed in work related to their major, and only 36% of that group were in what the researchers called good non-college jobs, those paying around $45,000 a year. Looking back on grads' employment from the 70s shows alumni also struggling to obtain jobs in their fields. The UCLA Graduate School of Education and Higher Education Research Institute discovered that 80% of grads were employed in jobs previously held by workers with lower education levels. This study from 1977 also revealed 56% of graduates' jobs were closely related to their majors, 19% were somewhat related, and 25% said they weren't related at all. These findings demonstrate that depending on college major and the economy's status, graduates' employment will vary. Another key discovery explaining these lower rates of employment is tied to suppliers' lack of demand. When the 2007 Great Recession hit, hiring halted. There's just not enough supply and demand for these recent grads to get a job. And guess what? Discrimination in the workplace is also prevalent. Ladies, get ready to have your wages and hours drop significantly. In minorities, you'll be facing limited job opportunities and higher unemployment rates. An interesting discovery was made about many women's job stability in the 2015 research that was examined. It was uncovered that many women were more likely to land their dream jobs than others. But this was because researchers recorded a high concentration of women entering a primarily health and education-centered workforce that led to their higher employment rates. There's many who are currently working while going to school. Well, keep holding on to those jobs because graduates often will continue working in positions in no relation to their degree. But don't fear. For some, this won't be the case forever. No matter how strong the labor market is, recent college graduates often require some time to transition smoothly into their desired career track. The rate of grads working as bartenders, servers, and other hospitality positions have increased substantially since 2000. About 1 in 3 college-educated workers typically hold a job that does not require a degree. Thankfully, as we keep working towards our desired career path, by age 30, only about 33% of graduates will still be underemployed. Sure, we all have that friend who just can't seem to leave the university. They're usually labeled the super senior and can't seem to find a job. Well, hold on. School costs money, and if these people aren't working and still enrolled, how are they going to pay for that? The 2014 to 2015 year had schools costing students with in-state tuition and on-campus housing more than $20,000. And let's not even get started about 4-year private college. Since these recent hikes in tuition, student loan debt is also rising. This example leads us to another correlation between college and employment rates. The rising cost of college, combined with the failure of wages to grow for young college graduates, signals that a college education is becoming a more uncertain investment. Speaking of wages, the Great Recession has led to a decline in the pay scale for high school and college graduates since 2000. There's actually been a $1,000 decline. It was found recent college grads are looking at an hourly pay scale of around $1,794 or $37,000 annually. But in comparison to those who've only received a high school diploma, college isn't looking too bad. So results have found by attending and finishing college, young college graduates have made a significant down payment on their career in terms of both time and money, meaning those of us who've pursued a college education typically have a greater chance of finding success in the workforce than those who've not received an education. But as longitudinal studies conducted over the past 4 decades have uncovered, due to entry into a weak labor market, this unlucky timing will unfortunately cause many college graduates to proceed rather poorly in the labor market for at least a decade. Thankfully, by age 30, most of the graduates will finally be reaching their desired career track. This difficulty to obtain a job in a specific field isn't due to graduates' inability to find work, but rather an injured economy's long-lasting effects. Colleges' increasing tuition rates are also contributing to this problem by placing more students in debt. The Pew Research Center conducted a study to uncover if most grads found college to have been worth it. They found that from 3 separate generations, all agree that college was worth it and will pay itself off or already has. The UCLA study compiled student responses about the usefulness of schooling. Quickly summarized, those from engineering, education, and the economics fields reported feeling the least underemployed, while those from the humanities and social sciences had more than half feeling underemployed. It's important to keep in mind the U.S. Department of Labor did discover younger workers are generally more dissatisfied than older workers in new positions. This cause is new workers feeling anxious and intimidated by how much they currently do not know about the position, yet after 5 to 10 years, satisfaction rates increase. Satisfaction rates were not related to college major affiliation, but rather if skills were fully utilized. So all this may sound bad, but no fear, we have some solutions to combat the problem. All studies consulted in this research conferred that it appears that college major plays a role in determining whether a college graduate will find a good job. Those working towards a degree in the humanities have been reported having higher rates of unemployment or underemployment, while those in engineering, math and computers, accounting, education, and health have been found to prosper. The UCLA study in 2014 study also discovered students with higher grades and students who attend public schools actually earn more money than their lower grade earning private school counterparts. Obtaining an internship was also offered as a solution. Pascarella and Terenzini suggests work or internship experience during college appears to have a positive net influence on the development of career-related skills and the likelihood of being employed immediately after college. So go to school. Unemployment of those who do not attend secondary schooling greatly exceeds those who receive a degree. College grads will have a higher paycheck, and minorities will receive more job-related benefits from having a degree. College employment rates are strongly correlated to economic influence and major choice. So don't sit down those textbooks and call it quits. Though a degree might not ensure the job of your dreams, it will get you one step closer to success in the workforce.